It's hard not to compare Disney World and Disneyland. Disneyland is the OG, the place Walt Disney actually touched. Disney World is ginormous with 4 different parks. So we gotta ask the question, is bigger really better? Hey everybody, it's Chris for AllEars TV and AllEars.net. Today we're doing an ultimate bi-coastal East versus West Coast showdown. Today, it's Tomorrowland, Disneyland versus Magic Kingdom. We went straight to AllEars.net readers and social media followers to compile this list directly from you to help your fellow viewers decide which of these lands comes out on top. Tomorrowland is a futuristic land with a similar look in both Disneyland and Disney World, with some nearly identical rides. Still, these rides aren't exactly the same, and our readers and cast members have big feelings about which land is the best. For the sake of competition, we're breaking down Tomorrowland into 3 key categories: theming, food, and rides. First up, Tomorrowland, Disneyland.
Theming.
Disneyland's Tomorrowland opened along with the Disneyland Park on July 17th, 1955. Tomorrowland was Walt Disney's view of the future realized, as he wanted to show America what it would look like to move forward into the future. Tomorrowland opened with a few attractions due to budget cuts, and it's currently in its 3rd iteration, with many attractions having been removed or altered. If you've never visited Disneyland, Tomorrowland has many of the same elements as its Magic Kingdom counterpart, which tend to be futuristic type attractions, theming, and dining. Unlike Disney World, Star Wars attractions have been integrated into Disneyland's Tomorrowland, and the entrance feels different with the specific placement of astro orbiters.
Disneyland's Tomorrowland has a pretty different vibe to Disney World's. You walk in, and you've got astro orbiters right there. It's a little like more Jules Verne. Like, it's almost got a bit of a steampunk flair to it. I mean, both the Tomorrowlands are very retro futuristic. But the Disneyland one does have a little bit more of that bronziness to it. I love retro futurism. I think that's awesome. That's kind of what those lands have become. And Disneyland does a really good job with it. I'll give it to them.
Food.
Disneyland has only 2 main dining spots, with both being quick service or fast food spots. Alien Pizza Planet serves Asian specialties. I'm kidding, of course, it's pizza, as well as pasta and salads, and the Galactic Grill, formerly Tomorrowland Terrace, is where you can grab space-themed burgers and sandwiches. You'll also find a lemonade cart, a fruit cart, and popcorn for some added snack options.
Here's the thing about Tomorrowland food on both coasts. It's fine. Tomorrowland's not an eating destination. You know what I mean? Like, there's some great quick service in Frontierland on both coasts. There's some good quick service in Liberty Square in the Magic Kingdom. There's some great quick service in New Orleans Square, in Disneyland, but just Tomorrowland's not like a place for eating. You know? The future is bleak when it comes to dining.
Rides.
Disneyland Tomorrowland rides include Autopia, the Astro Orbiter, Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage, a Disneyland monorail stop, Space Mountain, Star Tours, and the non-ride Star Wars Launch Bay attraction. There's a pretty good range of family-friendly and thrill rides, with some small and some major differences from Magic Kingdom. For example, Disneyland's Astro Orbiter ride is on the ground instead of a rooftop, and Star Tours is in Tomorrowland. There's also a unique opportunity for guests to ride the monorail directly into Tomorrowland from downtown Disney, and yes, they need a Disneyland ticket to use it. According to our readers, the average score for all 7 Disneyland rides is 7.47. When it comes to Disneyland rides, there are a few direct comparisons with Autopia, Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, and Space Mountain. So what are the differences and which park does them better? Autopia lets you take a futuristic drive on an enclosed track, and it's an opening day Disneyland attraction. In fact, it's the only Tomorrowland attraction still left from opening day. Autopia has a longer track than Disney World's counterpart, and the track takes guests under a bridge and the monorail track, and you can enjoy views of the Matterhorn.
Reviewer M.D. Gunnels said, "This is so much better than the Walt Disney World version. The ride is an enjoyable length, monorail swoops overhead, pleasant views. Interesting scenery to make your trip interesting."
Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters is actually the second version of its Magic Kingdom counterpart, having opened in 2005. On this ride, guests must defeat Zurg in a shooting gallery dark ride. Not only is it longer than the Disney World version, the biggest difference is that guests can actually pick up the laser cannons to aim and fire as they please.
Okay, you all know I love my main man, Buzz Lightyear. He's my favorite Disney character, so of course I love his ride because I'm also super competitive. But I have to give the edge to Disneyland Astro Blasters greater than Space Ranger Spin. And it's because you can actually pick up the gun in Disneyland versus it being mounted to your vehicle. So you can pick up the gun, and then also the targets have different shapes on them, and the shapes mean different things, so you know which ones are worth more. And they actually make a noise and they like light up if you hit them. In Disney World, it's just a free-for-all. You're just hoping you're hitting the right thing. But it's a lot easier in Disneyland, which makes it a lot easier for me to destroy my opponents.
And we've reached one of the iconic Disney mountains, Space Mountain. This dark roller coaster opened in Disneyland in 1977 as the second Space Mountain. It doesn't have a dual track like Magic Kingdom, and guests are seated side by side instead of single file. Vehicle seating is more like a regular seat, and Disneyland actually has a lower height requirement. Disneyland Space Mountain is also faster by 2 miles per hour.
Hands down, my top pick for a Tomorrowland ride in Disneyland is Space Mountain. Space Mountain was already one of my favorite rides in all of Disney World, and then I went on the one in Disneyland and I realized that it is tremendously better than the one in Disney World. Having the two-seaters, there's something about it. It is a more comfortable ride. I find it a lot more seamless. It is a must-do while you're in Disneyland.
Reviewer 45 Stout J said, "This version of Space Mountain is much better than the one in Orlando." And reader Falbo added, "The best mountain. Fun coaster in the dark. One of my favorite rides."
The pros. Disneyland's Tomorrowland was the original realization of Walt Disney's vision for the future, and that counts for something big. Rides like Buzz and Space Mountain are not the original versions of the ride. They first debuted in Disney World, but because they're newer, they tend to have better design elements. It's fun to be able to experience Star Wars attractions in Tomorrowland. The cons? No people mover takes off so many points for Disneyland. Why, Disneyland? Why did you have to take it away? Tomorrowland has only quick service, and somewhat mediocre quick service at that. Disneyland itself is smaller than Magic Kingdom, so it makes sense that Tomorrowland is smaller there as well, but it's still kind of a bummer. Before we move over to the East Coast, head over to AllEars socials on Facebook and Instagram for more Disney World throwdowns, and AllEars.net to leave your reviews for everything Disney parks related: hotels, restaurants, rides, and more. It's up to you to change this list by leaving your own review, and who knows, your opinion may be the tiebreaker in a future episode. Next up, Tomorrowland Magic Kingdom.
Theming.
Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland opened with the park on October 1st, 1971, and like Disneyland, it opened with very few attractions. It's currently in its second iteration, and over the years there have been some really strange ride choices, like with extraterrestrial alien encounter. Listen, I was there and that thing was creepy. And later, Stitch's Great Escape. Spoiler, he must have escaped because it now sits empty. But Magic Kingdom does get extra points for the new thrill ride coming soon, Tron Light Cycle Run.
Now, walking into Disney World's Tomorrowland is a completely different experience than walking into Disneyland's Tomorrowland. They are set up completely differently. You are going to get a lot of different rides. Now, what I am really excited for is Tron, which is a new roller coaster. We don't have a date of opening yet, but that will be coming to Disney World's Tomorrowland. Now, this is a ride that we've previously seen at Shanghai Disney. This is the first new version of it that we're going to be seeing in another Disney park.
Food.
Like Disneyland, all the dining spots in Tomorrowland are quick service, but Disney World gets points for having several more options, especially coffee, which you can find at Joffrey's Revive. For food, you could stop by Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies for ice cream and smoothies, Cool Ship for churros, the Lunching Pad for hot dogs and pretzels, and finally, Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe for cheeseburgers, chicken strips, and the musical performance of the iconic Sunny Eclipse.
Okay, I know I said that the future is bleak when it comes to dining, but there are 2 reasons why Disney World's Tomorrowland is better when it comes to food. Number 1, the Joffrey's Revive. This is the Joffrey's location in Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom, and it's got iced coffee. So that's like a big point for Magic Kingdom. Number 2, Sunny Eclipse, your friend and mine, your favorite jazz singer. He plays at Cosmic Rays, and that's reason enough to go.
Rides.
Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland attractions include Tomorrowland Speedway, the Astro Orbiter, Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover, Space Mountain, and Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. Magic Kingdom gets bonus points for having a piece of both Disney history and Disneyland with Carousel of Progress, but it loses points for having pretty much only one thrill ride amid a variety of family-friendly attractions. The People Mover might give Magic Kingdom an edge over Disneyland. It originally opened in Disneyland in 1967, but later closed there in 1995. Luckily, it opened in 1975 at Magic Kingdom, where it remains a fan favorite ride. According to our readers, the average score for all 7 Disney World rides is 7.64. Tomorrowland Speedway is the Magic Kingdom version of Autopia. It's an original Magic Kingdom ride that opened in 1971, but instead of having a futuristic theme, it has more of an international car race theme. And like Autopia, guests drive gas-powered vehicles around an enclosed track. All I can say is, would it have hurt to put a little shade on that ride?
Much like Autopia in Disneyland, Tomorrowland Speedway smells like diesel. It's so loud that it will give you a headache. And it's hard to drive the little cars around the little track. And it's a recipe for a migraine going near Tomorrowland Speedway. It's like, not only are we going to play a very loud noise just constantly, but also here's the smell of diesel just filling your entire brain. I cannot imagine what it's like to be a cast member who works there. I bet you can't hear anything. I bet your friends are like, hey, Carl, do you want to go out for dinner? And you're like, what? Dinner? Is that what you said? Can't hear you. My ears are ringing constantly because I work at Tomorrowland Speedway.
Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin goes by a different name in Magic Kingdom, and it's the first version of the ride having been built in 1998. Although the rides are generally pretty similar, Magic Kingdom's version is shorter than Disneyland's version, and most notably, the laser cannons are fixed to the dashboard, which means they can't be lifted up to aim like in Disneyland.
Reviewer Movin' and Groovin' said, "Wish the gun could be handheld and the lasers picked up your shots better. It was a really fun ride with a great theme, but it seemed like it needed a technology upgrade."
Magic Kingdom got the first Space Mountain in Disney parks, and it opened in 1975. It has a dual-track layout with the tracks named Alpha and Omega. Unlike Disneyland, guests ride single file in their ride vehicles that look like rockets, and you have to sit quite low with your feet stretched out. Magic Kingdom Space Mountain has more drops than Disneyland's version, but it can also be much more of a rough ride.
Hot take coming in, because most people think Disneyland Space Mountain is better, but I actually think Disney World Space Mountain is better. I don't know if it's a nostalgic thing, but something about just like the rickety way that vehicle flings you about. I just think I feel like a little kid every time I ride it. I laugh hysterically, and it's like it's the like future of the past, if you will, version versus like, I don't get your smooth, comfortable vehicle out of here. I want to have to go to the chiropractor after I get off Space Mountain.
Reviewer Gabby Christie said, "This is still Space Mountain. It's fun and thrilling and exhilarating, but it doesn't hold a candle to the Disneyland version. It's jerky and it's showing its age. It's also not dark enough. You can see the track sometimes and it's truly unsettling."
The pros. While Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland doesn't have a ton of food options, it still has more, and also coffee. So points. The beloved People Mover is one of the best ways to take a break and enjoy unique views of Tomorrowland and Magic Kingdom. Carousel of Progress went from the 1964 World's Fair to Disneyland, and then finally to Magic Kingdom. The cons? Although several rides are the original versions, they might benefit from some of the upgrades Disneyland received. With Stitch gone, there's a totally empty space just sitting there. Until Tron Light Cycle Run is finished, Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland is mostly comprised of family-friendly rides. All right, before we reveal the winner, give us a like and click that thumbs up. If you haven't yet, click on that subscribe button. And when you subscribe, be sure to ding that little notification bell so you immediately get notified when we post a new video. And if you really want to be part of the fun, be sure to follow us on social media at AllEars.net. Got it? Good? On we go. So when it comes to Tomorrowland, Disneyland and Disney World have pieces of Disney history as well as updates. Disney World has more food, but Disneyland has more updated ride options. According to our readers and social media followers, the winner of the Tomorrowland debate with an extremely tiny lead is Disney World. So I guess bigger is better. You can start your comment war now. This is Chris for AllEars TV. See you next time.